Bro, there's no way that this man woke up one morning. Somebody had to have been drilling this in his head.
Yo,
Mike,
that's crazy.
Mike, you have to start promoting. You got to get on this social media kick. I'm telling you, Mike. And then all of a sudden he's like, shut the fuck up. I will get on this social media kick. All right, Mike, let's go through some things right now. What are 2 things that you are really, really good at? Well, I'm pretty good at being on camera. I'm pretty good at naturalizing myself for camera. Well, all right, Mike. Yeah, that's perfect for this. We're trying to do social media now. What's something else? Well, I like to put my dick in things. Well, Mike, we can't just put your dick in anything. We would have to put your dick in something that means something. Well, why don't I just do it the old-fashioned way? Ask her twice if she took an STD test. Ask her twice if she was under the consent of alcohol or drugs. And then give it to her.
Bang. The breakfast of champions.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I have an extreme problem with bangs.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it.
One a day for sure.
Oh, for sure.
If I do any more, I'm getting a little jittery. But the crisis of the whole situation is that I have to pee so fucking bad off a bang. Like, no amount of water would be able to make me pee as much as a bang. And it's not even like a piss that's like, I could wait. It's like, if it doesn't come out right now, I'm going to push a fucking kidney stone, bro.
Oh,
Seriously,
terrible.
bro. Like,
no, it's damn near like beer the way it'd be making you have to pee so much.
Dude.
Like, because I drink Banes too, bro. That should be making me have to pee like a motherfucker, bro. It's weird as hell.
that's exactly what I drank when I was driving you down to the city.
Oh.
And I had to circle the block like 6 times because if anybody doesn't know, you cannot go into any of these hotels in the city with a wife beater on. It just doesn't happen.
No.
And I had one of those on, no shirt in the car, and sweatpants. So I had to circle the block about 3 times before I found a Walgreens and a nice can to pee in.
God.
But
You should have went to Target.
honestly, bro,
Target's
I just
right
felt
there,
so
too.
uncomfortable being in my
In your
being in my
white beater?
Dago.
Yeah.
I just felt so uncomfortable.
Honestly, bro, there's worser people that go in there. Actually, wow, crazy story. I was at Walgreens in the city, and this lady was walking around with a coat on and no clothes on underneath it. Just like naked. Like
What?
butt ass naked, bro. Butt ass naked, bro.
And she just had a coat on?
Yeah.
Was it a trench coat at least?
No.
No trench coat.
It's like a fucking winter coat.
Oh, like a Peli Peli?
Yeah. But
With
it
some
wasn't
fur
like
on the
super
hood?
long. Yeah, no, it wasn't super long.
And she was naked.
Yeah, naked as fuck, bro. The coat was open. That's how I knew she was naked.
See, Illinois is funny, bro, because you get out into like the suburbs, the north suburbs, and you're getting closer to Wisconsin now. You'll see people in tank tops. You'll see people in nothing. I mean, it's just a long spectrum, and it's just
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
When I
crazy.
went down to the city, I thought that the last person they were gonna see was a white guy with tattoos with a tank top coming into the Target, the
Yeah.
super Target.
Yeah.
So I just said,
No,
"Fuck it."
honestly, bro, you would have fit right in, bro. There's a whole bunch of like homeless people that go in there and kick it, bro. You would have been just a regular guy. They would have been like, "Oh, this guy's coming in. Oh, okay, he's good." They would have not seen you as a threat whatsoever. Because the people that go into that Walmart, bro, downtown is a treacherous place. Actually, that's the crazy thing. Like people always want to say like, "Oh, downtown Chicago is so safe." It's actually not. Like it's actually like not safe at all. There's a whole bunch of crackheads. There's a whole bunch of just people just being menaces to society. Like for no reason, bro. Like somebody would just go into a store and start screaming or start like peeing on the walls or something like that, bro. Just being just ignorant, and they don't have a reason for doing this.
Dude, that reminds me when COVID first started,
Yeah.
and everybody was just on their fucking toes about it.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what was going on. I was in the store. It's the Walmart that we always go to, bro.
Mhm.
And literally, dude, a woman got arrested there for being like a biohazard terrorist. I don't know how they charged her,
Yeah.
but when COVID first started, this woman was coughing on all the produce and
Yeah.
sneezing on all the produce intentionally, and then yelling at the people when they were asking her to stop.
Yeah. No, I.
Like, bro, dude, I don't remember the exact number, but there was hundreds of thousands of stuff of produce that had to get thrown away.
Yo, so the last time when I was working retail was basically the beginning of COVID, right?
Right.
And there was this like lady who used to come in as a crackhead, and she used to always like just anytime she came in, a lot of times, sometimes she come in and be cool, other times she come in and just be acting ass.
Right.
And this is maybe a couple weeks into the mask mandate. Everybody's still tripping and everything, and she didn't have I think she didn't have enough. And she's like, the price of something had went up. And I'm like, yeah, it's more now. It's like, but she's like, I come in here and get this every day. And now y'all want to change the prices. And
The
I'm like,
price yesterday is not the price today.
like, what are you talking about? So she gets really upset and she starts licking on the product, like licking it. Like,
Oh,
you
hell
want this
no.
back? Here, take it back. And then she spits on the counter, and I'm looking at her, and I was like, "What are you doing, bro? Like, you're tripping." They end up calling the police because she's
Have
like,
to.
won't leave, bro.
Have to.
She's like, I'm not gonna leave or whatever. They call her, they arrest her, and they're like, you know what was the crazy thing was she was wanted for like they had a
Already
warrant out
another
for
crime.
her, and it was just like, yo, you're tripping. Why are you acting like this when you know they got a warrant out for you? Like, they are looking for you. You just putting yourself in and you stayed in this store until the police got here.
Dude, something's not right with her then.
Oh no, she was a crackhead.
Nah, but I mean, something was mentally not right with her then. Not
Well, I
just
don't
the
think
drugs.
your mental state, your mental health is great if you're a crackhead. I wouldn't say that like mentally.
I'm not saying that crack doesn't diminish your mental health. I'm just saying that mentally she was not well before she started doing crack. Even a crackhead knows to get out of a jam, bro.
I agree. But then again, I think about it and I'm like, yo, if you decide to do crack, I don't think your mental has to come into question from jump for sure.
I've never tried crack personally. I know people that have tried crack, and dude, they were people just like you and me. You know what I mean? So I don't know if lapse of judgment has to base on mental health, but yeah, dude,
I don't know.
definitely.
I just would say like, and that's a good conversation to have, right? Because you think about it and like,
Well, you aren't a drug addict if you only do the drug once. You're not a drug addict if you only do the drug once.
Of course, no, I'm not. But like, what makes people go to that point where they even like want to do that? Like, I would love to really sit there and like break down how an addict really thinks as far as like when they need that. Because like, I don't know. I don't think I have anything in my life besides like things like water and things that you actually need to survive that I can't live without. Like even smoking like weed. Like, I love to smoke weed, but there's been times that I've stopped and it was easy. It was not really a hard thing to do.
So that was not going to be my question, but I do have a question for you.
Okay.
What do you do every single day besides the necessities? What do you do every single day besides the necessities? So there's things that you've conditioned yourself to do, like go to the gym.
Right. Go to the gym.
You know,
I would say smoke. I smoke every day.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, what is something that you haven't, because you just said that if you stop for a couple of days, you're not going to just be like, all right, whatever, I want more. Then what is something that you do on a daily basis that you, like, just personally, like just need to do? You know what I mean? Like, and that's just something that, like, you've just been doing your whole life. What's something that's not a necessity? Not water, not using the bathroom, not hygiene, not anything like that. Just something that's you personally chose to do at like a young age.
Listen to music for sure.
So listening to music.
And like really diving deep into listening. Yeah.
So listening to music. And you're an artist too, so now at this point you're judging it further than just the song itself.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's perfect. So could you just stop listening to music? Could you stop, just completely give up music? Could you stop listening to it, stop creating it, and stop using it as a not a crutch, but as a pastime? Could you stop doing that?
I think I could. It would not be. It wouldn't. I would be very, very, very.
Yeah, but
very
how long would
difficult.
you stop if you did stop? Do you think you could drop it right now? Is what I'm asking for the rest of your life.
No.
You're 25 years old.
Probably
You have
not.
a long time to live.
Probably not. No.
Okay, well that's exactly how a crack addict thinks. That's exactly how a drug addict thinks.
Got it.
So even something that's not as desirable in the beginning is like something that you're like, okay, like I'm just doing this right now. Then obviously it's not going to seem like it's a problem. Obviously those are two different things.
No, but I understand what you're saying.
Music gives you the feeling, the dopamine release that people that use drugs give them when they use the drugs.
That's
so music is your drug, essentially.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So when you say like, I don't know how like they're wired just like us. But unfortunately, because you know best when you do alcohol, when you do drugs at a consistent rate, then at that point, what's going to happen to your psyche? What's going to happen to your brain? What's happening to your brain when you're doing those drugs? I mean, everybody's like, yeah, acid and shrooms and Molly and ecstasy turns your brain into Swiss cheese. But there's still raves going every single night with hundreds of, maybe thousands of people in there bouncing their little ass off these drugs. Not worried about it.
Not
you know what I
worried
mean?
at all. And you know, it's crazy because I know a lot of people are like, I see it, especially in our generation. This is something that you see so prominent is like, oh, my life sucks. I'm going to go get a drink. My life sucks. I'm going to party through it. And like, that's an interesting, like, it's an interesting premise, right? Because I never feel like, at the club going crazy, like it's fun. But after 9 times out of 10, people, especially people who are really in there getting drunk, you don't feel great the morning after. Like, it is not, partying is fun, don't get me wrong, but it is not the end all be all. And not only is it not the end all be all, it's not even as fun as like we even try to portray it as.
Drinking, I think that's out of the question. And I'll explain to you that in a second why I think that way. But all the other drugs, I definitely feel like that is more prominent, especially with the opium epidemic. And that was pharmaceutical companies, obviously, taking this drug and skyrocketing it by selling it. But the opium epidemic, and then, obviously casually smoking weed or cocaine or any of those things. I feel like those things are definitely prominent right now.
Absolutely.
Drinking, I actually learned about this recently. So drinking has been a thing, obviously, since the dawn of time. People have always been fermenting fruit and stuff like that to get some sort of hooch or whatever. So that's been a thing. So as time progresses, they actually used alcohol more often every meal than water. Because for the longest time, they did not realize that you could take out the impurities of water by boiling it.
Of course.
So they never boiled it. So they were constantly drinking alcohol because what is an alcohol? Water. Purified. So at this point, now you have generations of generations thinking that alcohol is normalized.
Right.
Now we get to the point where alcohol is outlawed, right? And this is the Al Capone's time.
Right.
When Al Capone comes in and he starts doing his thing with his milk companies, big gangster, selling out the alcohol.
Right.
Okay. At that point, I think the health industry really, really hit alcohol on the head. And they were like, okay, this is what alcohol is doing to you. This is what alcohol is doing to you. This is what alcohol is doing to you. But obviously, just like smokers, people smoke every day. People know that they can get cancer from smoking. Doesn't mean they're going to stop smoking.
Right.
So with the alcohol, yes, it lessened. But at the same time, you still have generations of people, especially like European people, or anybody that drinks wine with dinner and stuff like that.
Right. That's
That's all normalized because even doctors will say that. Oh yeah, for the longest time they were saying, oh yeah, drink a glass of wine a day, not an apple. Drink a glass of wine a day, and it's good for you. You know what I mean? So I mean, at that point, I think that alcohol has been so normalized that there's really it's really hard to say that that is a really big thing right now. I think it's been a big thing forever.
Oh
dude.
no, I definitely agree. I only say
But
that,
it's crazy that everybody, even people that don't drink, will be like, oh, my day is so hard, I need a drink.
Yeah, no, and I was just the only reason why I said that was just because specifically I see a lot of my life sucks, so I'm gonna go drink. I see it so much through like TikTok, joking about it like that, like, oh, or obviously music, but just in like everyday posts by people that I see, my friends on social media and everywhere. It's like, I even seen somebody say just in the last couple of days, they were like, liquor always tastes best when your life is a little fucked up. And it's like, yo, that's not what we should be doing to get away from, like, when you're having hard days. Liquor should probably be the last thing you're touching when you've had a difficult day, when you had a bad day and stuff, because it's a downer, basically, So it's just funny. We all have our ways to cope with whatever, but, if you're out there and you're abusing alcohol or abusing drugs, you shouldn't be doing that. Try to, like, get some help if you can, and I'm not saying you can't drink and turn up and, like, do whatever, but at the same time, the shit's not good for you. Like, liquor is literally poisoning. And, like, I know people say it all the time, but liquor is literally poisoning your body. That's why you feel like shit afterwards.
I don't want to go, like, too far into it, but I definitely want to express the fact that it sucks because a lot of people are taking life for granted and not realizing that, why am I reaching out for an outside source?
Yeah.
Like, that's the number one question. Why am I doing that? But at the same time, it's like, there's so many things that people are eating and ingesting on a daily basis that's fucking with their chemical balance in their brain and their hormones in their body. And I'm not just saying, like, people that are doing it specifically for a transgender change. I'm saying, like, people are eating every day, like normal people, anybody is eating things and putting things in their body that is completely messing with their chemical balance. So it's like, it's really, really easy to say this person needs a pill, this person needs a drink, this person needs some time, this person needs help. But it's like, at the end of the day, what's the question? Like, what are we really trying to answer? Because I don't think that we're going to be able to diagnose mental health. I don't think all the pills in the world will be able to diagnose mental health. Some of my best friends, bro, growing up, are on stuff like Seroquel, mood stabilizers, and Lexapro for depression and stuff like that, and they are literally zombies. Yeah, they have no emotions.
Bro, I was prescribed Lexapro. And bro, it's terrible, dude. I took it a couple of times. I took the dosage and the whole time through, and I couldn't take it no more, bro. I told Shorty, I was like, we got to do some sort of different sort. I'm not taking medication like that.
But see, the crazy thing is too is that we're 25, and it's kind of more so in our generation. In our generation, they were pushing pills.
Absolutely.
Pushing pills on kids. Absolutely. Why, your kids misbehaving, your kids not functioning correctly. Let's give them some pills. Let's see if that'll work. Adderall, depression medication, whatever, And it sucks because it's like, when you're a kid, there's really nothing that you can be depressed about. Right. And I'm not saying that social anxiety and, not experiencing life for what it is, and you're, being sheltered as a child, so it's hard to be in social environments and feel normal. But I feel like a lot of people mistake an excitement and anxiety, and when they're young, it's so hard to sit there and be like, this person's depressed. Yeah. So my daughter, she goes to an eye doctor, right? And she has some kind of stigmatism with her eye, and it's not like a lazy eye, but when she turns to a certain way, it like just doesn't go all the way up there. Right. And it's been fixing itself with the glasses that we've been using. But it's crazy because the tests that they do and my daughter's 3, they do on little kids, they're literally just guessing. And with vision, you know what I mean? And which is one of the most important things that you need to function in society is your vision. And they're just literally manipulating the test because she can't say what she sees and stuff like that. I mean, she's just excited to be there. So taking that and then putting that towards actually, doing the same thing with kids with mental health issues. And I'm not saying if you're not in a traumatic experience, then, maybe you need additional help. I'm not saying that, if something, very serious is happening repeatedly, you need some additional help. You need somebody to talk to. Right. But when it comes down to it, you really can't say these people and these children have anxiety. You can't say that these children are depressed, because what is depression? A state of mind that's situational when it really comes down to
Absolutely.
it. Being depressed is extreme sadness. I mean, extreme sadness for an extended period of time.
Right.
So it's like, why are you sad? Are you addressing what you're feeling, or
Exactly.
you're not grieving properly, and that's why you're still taking medication and reaching for help that is not being given to you? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I mean, I think also because of how big schools are, because of how
Yeah.
big classes
That
are,
sucks too.
kids are gonna fall through through the cracks.
Yeah.
And what happens is they say, well, hey, this kid is misbehaving. Well, he has some behavior issues. Okay, we'll just give him some pills, and that'll help.
What's worst about that is that when it comes down to kids that are falling through the cracks, the only way that they're going to get attention is if they act out.
Absolutely.
And it's like you got 2,500 kids in a school or more, and now it's like little Timmy, you know what I mean, has something serious going on, and nobody's there to help him because he's at school 8 hours a day, goes home, he gets no help.
Right.
Then how are you going to point out little Timmy needs help? And of course, Timmy is a man, bravado, pride, don't want to have to get help. What do you
Right.
mean help? You know what I mean? So it's like, how are you going to be able to get that attention? Acting out.
Absolutely.
Could you live off $6,700 a month?
Absolutely. What? I live off less than that right now.
Bro, that's not what 50 Cent's son's saying.
50 Cent's son is an entitled brat, though. So there's that.
What was the, was he on a podcast?
He was on a podcast, and we'll just play the clip real quick.
Okay.
Let's play the clip.
I know what it feels like to have nothing, all right? And I had to rebuild my life over with $6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel like that ain't a lot of money, but it's a lot of people here watching right now.
It's
Girls
not
that's getting $200 a month child.
$600-700 a month in the state of New York City. You do the math.
Oh, I done the math. I've been in child support, bro. I went to jail for it. And if he's contributing $6,700, that means your mom's got the other half. It ain't just for him to take care of you. She got to take care of you.
If I told you right now, right, you got to start your life over right now with $6,700 a month and rebuild your life.
Yes.
Can you do it?
With $6,700, I can.
You
With
have nothing.
$6,700, yes, I can. I'm from the
I'm
from either or project. $6,700, I'm good.
That's what
a
I'm
month,
saying.
nigga.
Yeah. That's crazy. So I think, and then later on, he kind of goes on to say his reasoning behind why he should get this money is like, because he should be living this life because of who his father is, right? The crazy thing about it is 50 Cent at first was paying $25,000 a month in child support. Yes. So he was paying that at first. This guy's Marquise's mom takes him to court because she says she should be getting $50,000 a month. $50,000 a month. This is a month. Yeah. She says because this is 50 Cent's son, and his son is worth tens of millions of dollars. Right?
Bro, $25,000 a month. In 4 months, you got $100,000.
Yeah.
That's what some like pretty good tattoo artists get, bro.
Yeah.
Like bottom dollar, $100,000.
Yeah.
$100,000.
Yeah.
A lot of people got to go to school for that shit.
So she takes him to court. The judge is like, "Yo, this is ridiculous." Ends up reducing it to $6,700
Because of the intolerance.
Because of that. But here's the crazy part: 50 Cent bought them a house. So it's not like
Paid for.
Yeah, paid
Yeah,
for. Good.
right,
Done.
right.
Like he
This
gave
man
her
did
the
right.
same amount of money.
He did right.
Right. He gave her the same amount of money that he gave his grandmother to buy a house. He gave her the same amount.
Yeah.
Bought him a house. So the one thing that people really like, the biggest expense for everybody is a roof over your head. Pretty much. I mean, that's usually your biggest expense.
Mm-hmm.
That's gone.
Right.
And you're
I'm
still
they have
taking
a
what?
Beautiful home.
What is $67,000? What $6,700 a month is somewhere in the $80,000 a year category.
Still.
$80,000 a year is good money. And I mean, that's just money that you're not working for. You're not
making
free money.
$80,000 a year, busting 70, 80 hours a week at a factory.
You're doing nothing.
You're doing nothing.
If you just supplement that with a part-time job, doing something, and like I'm not saying go to Walmart and reply because I understand who you are. I'm not saying that, but you should have invested and done something with that because you are 50 Cent's baby mom. That means something. And it shouldn't, but it does. It means something in the world. You should have used that to make something of yourself. Open up a little boutique. Start doing something to have some income for yourself as well. But nah, you just laid up and then you taught your son to be just as entitled and lazy as you are. This man sounds like a fool. You're 25 years old talking about this? This man is 25 years old. He's our age.
Yeah.
Yo, I'd be a sad person if I'm sitting here crying about what my dad ain't do for me at 25 years old. Come on now. And 6,700, I mean, that's a good start. There was also 50 was like in his book, he talked about how he saw a shoe store going out of business.
Is this the 50th law? No,
it's not this. It's not
with Robert Greene. It's a different book. He wrote a different book.
I think it was. I think this is like his documentary, his autobiography.
Okay.
And he was saying how he saw there was this shoe store that was going out of business.
Mm-hmm.
He buys all the shoes in there at price. Calls Marquise. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna put you on." He says, "Hey, I'm gonna send you over 100 pairs of shoes. You start this online store. I know warehouses, like warehouse space is cheap in Atlanta because they were living in Atlanta at this time. So let's do this. You can start making some money for your own." So he was like, yeah. He said he's so excited. He's putting them on. Kid, like, he didn't hear nothing about it for months. Then his mom calls 50 and is like, "Oh, I think we're going to be starting a boutique or something like that." And it's like, bro, I set you up. You letting your mom run this?
Yeah.
Like, this is supposed to be for you to make yourself some money. But again, he was saying, he's like, and that way I failed because I made an entitled kid. And it's just crazy because obviously we grew up and, like, I'm not saying that like we was broke or whatever and we didn't have like good childhoods and stuff, but like everything that you were given, it was at least my parents made it known that, hey, this you work for it and these are privileges. Like, I take care of you. That's what I do, and I make sure you have food and clothes and a place to stay. All this extra shit is extra. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate.
I think the guy that was interviewing him or on the podcast or whatever is hilarious. He's
Absolutely.
like, he said, $6,700? He's like, yeah, I'd be able to do it with $6,700. And then he's like, what'd he say? He's like, I know child support, man. I went to jail for it. Like, gave no shit about that. No. But what I had a question was, so obviously, is 50 Cent married or no?
No.
So he's not married?
No.
How many baby mamas does he have?
I don't know. Because
He's pulling an Elon? He's pulling an Elon?
I actually don't know if he has any. I think he may have another kid, but I'm not sure if he has another kid. I only remember Marcus. It's the only one I actually remember.
That's crazy, though, with the whole situation, though, in all entirety, because he's got his own brain. I mean, you preach it all the time. I say that, parents should be taking more responsibility. Society should be taking more responsibility, but he's got a brain. You know what I mean? And he's obviously consciously following the leader on this one.
Right.
You have a choice to know right and wrong. He sees what happens to society. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like he's 25 years old. He's done developing. He's got no more excuses. The way he's acting right now is purely conditioning, purely bad mindset, purely
Absolutely.
the way that he's been conducting his whole life.
You're 25 years old. At some point, like, you have to be responsible for why you are not where you should be in life or where you want to be in life. Because, and especially with like a boost like that, like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's a lot of money, bro.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money
that you're not working for, that you're just getting every month because your mom is getting every month to support you. But that's the crazy thing about it too. Like, you hear all the time about these women that are always like, well, you're rich, so he should be living this crazy life or whatever. Okay, if you believe that, then you should be working and putting yourself in a position as well to provide that for him. Because when you all decide to have a baby out of marriage, this is what happens. These are the complications that come with that.
Right.
So now you have to help because you have to help support the child. And child support, it's not child take care of.
Yeah.
It's child support. It's supposed to be a support.
Helpful.
You're supposed to add on to it so that the child is not lacking. That's how that's supposed to go.
Here's
you know what
money
I mean?
so you don't have to ask the state.
And it's just ridiculous because
Due diligence.
yeah, it's honestly ridiculous because you really have women that think that, and then they produce these sort of children that now have this anger towards their other parent because their mother was greedy, and they taught their children to be greedy,
Yeah.
and taught them to only have their hand out all the time with everything, and it's just unfortunate.
You think it's Marquise?
Yeah,
Marcus?
Marcus, I think
Marquise?
it's Marcus or Marquise, one of those.
Marcus?
Marcus, I think.
You think he's woke?
Oh, absolutely, woke as shit.
You think so?
No, he's not. Woke.
Never seen a picture of him.
He looks just like 50, low key.
Let me see.
I'm gonna show you right now. Yeah, he looks just like 50.
Seems like a strange fella.
No, he's an idiot.
No, he's an idiot. You know who he looks like?
Who?
This is going to be bad. This is going to be really bad. But I want you to look at it when I'm telling you.
Okay. I'm looking at it.
He looks like Tyler, the Creator, and Dababy spit on a piece of paper,
Wow,
and they sent it into the lab.
that's crazy.
And now here's Marquise.
Wow. Well, speaking of the baby, yo, so this man, I want to make sure I got the numbers right because this was crazy. And
He's like irrelevant now, isn't he?
oh, I think so. I'm pretty sure with these numbers, it's looking like.
But what
it.
did he get canceled for?
Oh, I think he kind of had started getting canceled for that that.
Did he
video
say
of
something
him.
against gay people?
Yes, and kind of, but also kind of not. So wait, so here's where he sold for his first week on Baby 2, 17,252 units, which is bad, right? So let's see. What was the one? Because he went platinum, last time. So let's look at his last release before that, what that did on its first week sales. So it says the first Baby did that didn't do so well either. It only did 21,000 on first week.
Oh.
28,000. So 28,000 on Better Than You, which is the one with YoungBoy and Dababy.
Okay.
124. Okay, so Blame It on the Baby. That's the big one. That did 124,000. So yeah,
So he's been down.
Kirk did 145,000 first week. So yeah, this is. But you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, it's been a decline since 2020. It has been a decline. So this is not unprecedented.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, no, I think that whole situation. So basically, the situation where he got canceled was he went on stage and he was like, "Guys, if you're not, fucking another guy, put your lighters up. And ladies, if your VJ is wet and tastes like water, put your lighters up." And then he was like, "If you don't have HIV." Or something like that, it was like, I think he said, like, if you don't have HIV, then put your lighters up. And it's like, what is wrong with you? Why would you say that? I don't understand. So I think it started from there, but also doing the song with Tory, that didn't help.
Yeah.
And then he was getting into it with Megan Thee Stallion about that.
About the whole fake foot shooting
Yeah.
when she stepped on glass.
Yeah. That's what, I mean, I don't want to say all I can say is that the doctor did say it was glass.
I thought that was
claims
debunked
that
already.
she got shot. Who knows?
Oh, she still claims she got shot?
Yeah, I don't think the case is over.
Oh, I
They're
guess
still-
we shouldn't.
yeah.
We shouldn't talk about it then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's alleged
Yeah.
on both sides. I don't know, but that he did the song with Tory, so that didn't help. And then
Which one was that? Scat?
yeah. And then he did the album with YoungBoy, and YoungBoy was beefing I don't know if he was beefing with Dirk or somebody like that, but he was beefing with somebody, and I guess this was somebody that Dababy was cool with,
Right.
and he was just like, yeah, I ain't trying to rock with you, like, and like, so I think that's what happened, and now he's saying he got blackballed and stuff like that, and it's just funny because I disagree with that. I really think what happened is that he fell off. People realized that he was a one-trick pony. And I'm not saying that he didn't have some good songs and some good verses, because he definitely did. There was a couple of Dababy songs that I really enjoyed. But like, when you don't have a second, flow, or a second way you can change it up, you get really stale really quick. And I don't know if anybody who was just able to be the same person for their whole career and still be successful. No,
the longevity of it is that you constantly have to keep changing. So you're constantly
evolving.
changing and evolving the things that you're
getting
doing.
different beats,
right?
And it's like,
I mean, a lot of artists change genres for a little bit, and then they go back, or they
Absolutely.
put out like a country album. That usually puts them back on top.
right. So you have to switch it up.
Yeah.
You have to be different, and he just didn't. He never did
He didn't
that.
want to, and that's
He didn't want to,
that's
no.
self-sabotage.
Yeah, absolutely.
sure.
So I don't think, and Russ, the singer Russ, was saying that he was like, there's no such, when you have that many followers on Instagram, there ain't no such thing as you being blackballed.
I think Russ fell off a little bit too, but he's been coming like back in social media and stuff like that. But that's like the same thing as, I don't know, when I see Russ on social media, it's the same thing of me like thinking like, oh, like here's Akon. You know what I mean?
Russ was going through some family, a lot of family issues. Yeah, there was a
because he
lot
stopped
of
putting
stuff.
music out for a while.
Yeah, I know he was dealing with some personal issues or something like that, because I know he was supposed to be on tour, and like the last couple of weeks of it, he kind of canceled. He was like, "Hey guys, I mentally just can't do it," or whatever. I think he had went so hard with like on so many tours back to back that he probably just got really burnt out, and he just needed some time. And that happens, it's that's a hard life to live, always on the road, always. And because he is not signed to a label and he has to do all of the marketing and stuff like that himself, I'm sure that he got drained, he got burnt out, and he probably just really needed to take a break and probably come back. But I saw him in concert not too long ago. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't really a concert, but he came and performed on my birthday. Actually,
shit.
yeah, it was the day before my birthday, actually.
Oh,
he was at this club. He was at Prism.
Okay.
And he performed. He was
I think you did tell me that.
drunk, bro. It was lit, bro. He went crazy. No, he actually went crazy. He did such a great job. He was standing on the DJ table, and he tripped, but he caught himself, but he was drunk, bro.
Bro, speaking of tripping, did you see the video of Post Malone like busting his shit on stage?
Yeah, dude, that
You
was
saw that?
bad. Yeah,
Dude, that was crazy. He had to stop the performance, obviously.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to be careful. That's the thing with like those they be trying to do so much with these new little fangled stages, and you just get
That's
caught.
where he came up from, right? Or no. My understanding is that that's where the instruments come up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why wouldn't they put that back up after the instruments are already... You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure...
Or do you think that it might have been an artist flaw?
Probably. No,
Do you
I
think
blame
that he was
more on
like,
the
what do you
artist.
think? I'm going to fall in that hole? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what it was really, too? The man just was purely not paying attention. And
You saw him. He was saying hi to a fan, and then he turned around and hit a corner. It's dark there,
yeah,
bro. There's
it's
a bunch
dark.
of lights.
And here's the thing, too. Like, there's lights on you,
You're right.
but that don't help you.
No.
That helps the people watching you type shit. You know what I mean? That don't really help you, because it's actually a lot more distracting than anything. You kind of have to, that's one
And
thing
then all
about
the lights in the audience, too.
Mhm. It's one thing about like performing that like was the hardest. I think it was the hardest to adjust to, was that the light in your face. And because of that, and because you can't see, that's why it's important wherever you are to like do a rehearsal if possible, so you kind of get a feel of the stage and where everything is, if there's any cracks in it, if there's any place where the it's uneven or something like that, so you don't fall, and like as you see, that man looked like he hurt himself.
He did hurt himself. I don't know if it's like ribs were broken, but I know stuff was bruised.
I know
really
something
bad.
he looked like, but dude, people like stars taking tumbles. Oh, it happens so much. I remember
know.
Beyonce, she was pregnant, nobody knew, But there was this point where she was falling. She fell like a couple times, and they were like, "What's going on? Maybe she lost it." And then everybody figured out she was pregnant.
Do you think when she fell those couple times, it made her pro-abortion?
Of course.
Did she?
Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. 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 Oh, she's for sure pro-abortion.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I was just curious.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Do you think that she was falling
Hey,
on
man.
purpose?
She was like,
Whose baby was that?
you know, it was Jay's.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it was Jay's.
I did not know.
Oh, well, no, I don't think she's a cheater.
You don't think they sleep around?
Oh, no. That man has admitted to doing it.
Oh.
He for sure. No, he said it in a song. He was like, I'll fuck up a good thing if you let me.
Oh.
Leave me alone, Becky.
That's
No,
funny.
He admitted. He was like, yeah, I was I was cheating on my wife, fucking up my family. That's why Shorty her sister beat his ass.
Really?
You don't remember that video?
The only video, because there's been so many videos of like spouses beating each other up on the internet. The only video that I vividly remember, and I don't even remember who it was, is when this, I think he was a football player.
Oh, Ray Rice. I know exactly what
beat
you're talking about.
the
Ray Rice.
shit
Yeah, bro.
out of this little, like, his wife, right?
Yeah, it was his wife. Yeah.
I mean, she was so tiny
No,
compared to
he
him.
beat the
And
hell
the
out of her.
elevator camera literally is showing it in black and white and, like, literally dragged her out of the elevator, bro.
That man ruined his career like that, bro. It's so like, it was. I mean, I agree with the NFL. Like, he should have gotten suspended, and no team wanted to touch him, bro. Because you can say all you want to that, like. If it's a video changes everything, you know. If it was just he had this incident, he went to court, whatever, he would have gotten suspended. Of course, he would have gotten suspended, but he would have got his job back. He would have played again. When that video came out, bro, it changed the perception. You can't have a guy like that on teams, and like, it's like Deshaun Watson. You can't. If there was video of him doing that, bro,
Right.
it'd be over.
Right.
It'd be done.
Dude,
You know?
I could just imagine the video that would be put out of Deshaun Watson.
Oh my god!
You know what I
he
mean?
got
Like,
another. He just got another case, bro.
Bro, he goes in, walks into the massage parlor. Everything's cool. Gets undressed. Lays down. There's a camera in the place, right? Because he had been there before. Frequently visits. And all of a sudden, the little woman, don't know if she's Asian or not, but the little woman there, you know she's small, just looks at him and says, "Hello, Mr. Watson." And then Deshaun Watson says, "Jerk off?"
Yeah,
like, imagine
bro.
if you saw that in
This
a
man is
video.
wild. Bro, that man was. Bro,
Imagine.
there was
That would be
this one
fucked.
story that basically he was like, so the lady had told him to turn over.
And he just rolled over
So
with
he
the
turned
hard on.
over, yeah, and he was like, and not only did he have a hard on, like he ejaculated.
When he turned over?
Yeah, bro, he damn near ejaculated on her, bro. She was like, he basically almost come on me, bro. I was like,
Wow.
yo, nigga was getting reckless, bro. Nigga was getting stupid out here, bro. He was tripping, bro.
That's funny.
Bro, he
That's
was tripping,
crazy.
bro. He was
That's so
tripping.
fucked up.
Yeah, they
I
was
think it's
tripping.
more fucked up that he ejaculated from turning over
Yeah,
than
bro,
actually
he was-
ejaculating on her.
This man was so turned on, bro. He was, yo, that's crazy. That is insane.
I don't know. I've never done one of those. Have you?
What?
Like a massage parlor that like jerks you off at the end?
No, not that. I've been to like a massage parlor and got like a good massage, but no. But I don't think she would have jerked me off anyway, because I was with it was a couple's massage.
Really?
So I was with my significant other, yeah.
Hmm.
So like oh man, it was so lit. Like they were like, "Do you guys like have some music?" I was like, "Actually, like I put together a little playlist." And they like, I had brought my own little candle, because like it was like a whole thing. It was like an hour and whatnot. We went me and my ex went one time on Valentine's Day. It was lit.
That's cool.
Yeah. But
She got jerked off and you don't even know.
probably. I mean, like, yeah, it was funny. She was like, they were like, so, you know, because I guess when we went, it wasn't that busy because we had went earlier in the day.
Right.
And she was like, so like we do have like do you have a preference? Like, do you prefer like a male and a female, or like two females, two males? Like, how would you like to do it? And she was like, oh, like two girls. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care. you know, it's not on me, whatever. I'm just here, you know, because in situations like that, you just, I don't know. I'll be letting my girl talk for me in situations like that. I don't want to say too much.
Right, the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, nah. Be like, cause you know, if you too excited, you be like, oh yeah, I want a lady. She's like, why do you want that?
Bro, I totally understand that. Just the other day, man, I was walking into a store and some random woman comes up to me and like recognizes me, but doesn't know me, and then asks me to help jump somebody else's car because she offered to jump start somebody's car and then asked me to help her.
So she just wrote you in.
Yep, and in that moment, I just pretty much stayed silent. I was like, yeah, I mean, I can take a look at it. But other than that, when she started trying to make conversation with me, I was like,
yeah, man.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Oh, man, bro. That'd be the worst when, like, people, or I used to see people I knew, like women I knew from like school and stuff, and I would be like with my shorty. And of course, it seems like that's the day they want to give you the longest hug ever.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey. Oh my God, you look so good. Like, stop it. What is wrong? And then afterwards, I'm just getting the dirtiest looks. Like, so who is that? One of your exes? Like, nah, it was just a friend of mine.
Right.
Must be such a great friend.
Give you a long hug.
Yeah, like why your friends so friendly? Like, cause they're my friends.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
You know who Sneako is?
Yeah, I've heard of Sneako, yeah.
He's done like a lot of, you see him a lot in like YouTube shorts and stuff like that.
I've seen him a lot.
I think he does a lot like of Twitch stuff and like gaming and stuff like that.
And didn't he was he not modeling at some point too?
I think he was. I think he was.
Yeah, I remember Sneako, yeah.
So he just got kicked off of YouTube.
Wow, why?
I mean, he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, he's been doing, I've known the name for a long time.
So I watched a video and he says a lot of things. What he's saying is like, he talks about like the simulation of life and stuff like that too often, but there's like a bigger plan here, and that's why he got kicked off of YouTube, because nothing else has kicked. I think so. He lost his YouTube and he lost something else, maybe Instagram or something, like literally like just something like Facebook, Instagram, something, and then but I know he's still on something else that he just got signed with. Like they like strictly signed him, and they said, "Oh yeah, you could say whatever you want on here, blah blah blah. We're not going to give you guidelines."
Okay.
But it was something to do with what he said, and then on top of that, he thinks it's an even bigger thing because the day after he came back from shaking hands with Andrew Tate is when they literally deleted everything. So they deleted his primary channel, they deleted his like sub channels, and with no warnings. He's never gotten any violations. They just deleted it.
Nah, I mean, you know, Andrew Tate is he's public enemy number 1 online.
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, you can't the way they treat him, it's all like, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but the way they treat him, it's almost like this man is Hitler or something like that. Like, that's how he's treated online now. It's like, oh, you don't say the name, it's so taboo. Like, he's such a POS. And it's just like,
but
damn.
He publicly came out and said that most of the stuff that he says is just trolling.
Yeah, I know, but like, damn.
I'm not saying
even if it was, okay, even if some of the more egregious stuff he actually believed, let's say he actually believed like some of the more egregious stuff he said, he should still be able to, like, unless he's talking about actually like, and anything I've never heard him talk about anything about doing some sort of crime against women. Like, anytime,
never.
It's never been anything like that. It's just like
to just treat them as second-class citizens.
Yeah, that's what his thing is. So I feel like he should be able to say that. Do I agree with anything that he says? Well, no, not really. I don't agree with what he says. I think a lot of it is wrong, and I think it's kind of bullshit. But again, I don't think that they should have been able to take away. I don't think he was saying something damaging enough where it was okay for them to take that away from him.
Well, you're allowed to say whatever you want, but as soon as you say it on a platform that's not owned by you, then obviously there's going to be guidelines and restrictions.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like, for him to contest that he doesn't have free speech is false. Because at that point, you do have free speech.
Absolutely.
You could scream in the middle of a bus station. You can yell and say whatever you want in the middle of a mall. But at the end of the day, if security's not going to come for you, somebody's going to come and get you
Yeah.
for being intolerant in a public area.
Mhm.
So, and because those are the guidelines and restrictions of those areas personally.
Exactly.
So at that point, I don't agree with that, but not to jump too far off subject, I don't know how this involves Sneako. And I don't want to like go into that too much, but I don't know where he fell the line because he had a lot of women on his videos.
Right.
And yeah, sometimes it was like him doing like a mini Andrew Tate thing where he was kind of degrading them a little bit or making them look not as educated as maybe they are in certain situations because of certain things that they just blatantly said on a live recording. And obviously it's great content.
Again, and see that's why.
But I don't think he said anything. That's what I'm saying. So I haven't watched all his videos, but I don't think personally that he said anything that I have seen that would restrict him from.
And I feel
being
like
on
if
the
it was
site.
something specific he said,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
there would be some sort of like it would have been pushed. It's like the Justin Bieber when he was singing the N-word song.
Bro, why is that still on YouTube? Nah, bro, why is that still on YouTube? One
it's
less
out there,
lonely.
bro.
Bro,
They probably keep uploading it if they delete it.
dude.
Yo.
All right.
Hey, but no, I'm just saying, like, there would have been video of it, like,
Yeah.
and it would have been pushed, like this is the reason why. So it's unfortunate. Speaking of getting banned, Kanye got banned off Twitter.
Is it because he wore the White Lives Matter T-shirt?
No, it's because he said something racist against Jewish people.
Really? What did he say? And dude, it was pretty ballsy. Not to jump off your thing, but it was pretty ballsy that he wore that White Lives Matter T-shirt. And then I love the comments behind it too, because it's like, Kanye, what are you doing? And then like, Kanye hates black people. And then you'll have that one person all the way at the end that says, did anybody notice that these letters are written in black letters? It's like white is written in black.
No, I actually thought that they were kind of cool, the shirts, right? And hear me out, right?
Yeah, but if I wore a T-shirt like that, I'm a racist.
well, don't wear a T-shirt like
I would never wear a T-shirt
But-
like that. But what I'm saying is that would I be like looked at as like, okay, I don't want to jump off that, but I just want you to answer this one question just to confirm something for me. Clearly, I'm not racist.
Okay.
But based off of my statue and my physical appearance, and I'm not just saying because I'm white, just because of how I look, if I wore a shirt that said White Lives Matter, would people think that I'm a racist?
Yes.
Okay.
They
That's
would
all I
think
wanted.
you were a racist.
That's all I
Yes.
wanted to know.
Would you? It's funny, right? So the whole Black Lives Matter thing, I get it because at that point in time, I understand why at that point in time when they were saying it and why when it was like being pushed,
Yeah.
why it was being pushed because at that point in time
People were dying.
there were so many and it was just happening like so much. It
Yeah.
was kind of weird. It just was.
Yeah.
So I understand what it was, but also that lady that started it misused those funds, and that's not a rumor. That's what happened.
Yeah, it's
that
the
is
truth.
true. That's a
Hey,
fact.
and that took off Little Baby's career.
Yeah,
Bigger picture, bro.
bigger picture was what
That's
blew him up.
That's a good song. That's a really good
It
song.
was a great song, but that's what blew him up. And I'm not saying that like again, I understand what the Black Lives Matter movement was, and I did disagree with when people would say like, yes, and I've said this before on this podcast, but yes, when people were saying all lives matter as a retort, that made like it's like that's stupid
Do you
because
think
you
that
understand what it
announcer?
was.
There was an announcer for like 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And I don't know where he was at, but it was for baseball. I know that for a fact. And he got fired the day that he said all lives matter during a game.
Yeah.
He got fired instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly. Do you think he should have gotten fired?
Getting fired, no. Again, it was just an ignorant thing to say back to like, oh, black people are losing their lives. We're trying to say that it matters. Yeah, but all lives matter. Well, no, of course, motherfucker. Yeah, all lives matter. It's just an ignorant thing. It's not even a racist thing. I never thought of it as like you're being racist. I just think it was kind of ignorant when motherfuckers knew what it was. Like,
I think if people were protesting that and they were preaching that,
Yeah.
then what everybody else should have done is just left it alone.
Yeah, but
no,
also,
I mean, like in the sense of like acknowledge that it's happening,
Yeah.
but not fed into it, because it's not like I'm saying you're feeding into something lesser. I'm saying you're feeding into something that's not part of your problem. You know what I mean? Like that's not like why would you even get mad about something like that?
No, you can't. People let stupid shit bother them all the time. But it's just kind of dumb because it was just people ignoring the problem. So
Right.
if you don't want to address the problem, just don't say anything. There's no reason for you to say anything because we know that this is a problem. We're seeing this on tape. This is not. You can't sit here and act like something isn't happening.
But that's what society does best, though, bro.
Yeah.
You know that
Oh, I
society likes
know.
to cover up problems with bigger problems.
Exactly. So it was just like
distraction.
it's just a distraction from what was really going on. That's what
Right.
that's how it is. And so like with the White Lives Matter thing, I get where Kanye was coming from with it because one, that lady is crooked. Now that we're here years removed from the beginning of the movement, that lady was crooked. She did misuse funds from the Black Lives Matter. And I'm salty about that because I actually donated. So I'm actually salty. But I think it was cool because it was just like Kanye kind of being Kanye, because Kanye's thing has always been I love everybody. Even
Yeah.
if he says BS about people, it's
Right.
just he has always been about like embracing everybody. And so like again,
Well, he didn't embrace everybody because what did he say about these Jewish people?
oh yeah, we're gonna get on that right now because
He
it's
he always
lot.
embraces everybody. Not everybody, apparently.
Apparently. So he said that Jewish people toyed with him and that they tried to blackball anybody who opposes their agenda. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who opposes your agenda. And he also said on a show, he said that he claims that Jews are actually black people, and saying that when he refers to Jews, he means the lost tribes of Judah, the blood of Christ, who are the black people who are the people known as the race black really are. He said that Planned Parenthood was the product of a collaboration between KKK and Margaret Sanger to control the black population. He said that and then again, he said it was impossible for him to be described as anti-Semitic. He said that he believed Jared Kushner only arranged peace agreements between Arab and nations and Israel to make money. And then he said that he wished his children had learned about Hanukkah instead of a complicated Kwanzaa because Hanukkah would at least come with some financial engineering. So, yeah, he is perpetrating what the misconceptions, and I'm not going to say they're misconceptions because I don't know, but what black people have always said about Jewish people behind closed doors. He just said it in person that they control the world. That's what people have said forever. And I'm not saying that that's the truth or anything, but Jay-Z has said it in raps about how like they bought up everything. Like that's the joke. I mean, you've seen Family Guy. You've seen that episode where he's like, he wanted to be Jewish so his kid could be, more successful in life. Like that's how Jews are viewed. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but it can be dangerous when you start saying things like this because like I get that he wasn't really meaning DEFCON 3 and whatever, but you can't say that when that's the race that every bad thing has happened to throughout history forever. Like they have been through the worst. Like there's not one race that has been through more, I feel like, than the Jews. I mean, from obviously the whole Hitler situation, but even before then, like if you read the Bible even a little bit, like they were always getting captured by somebody, made to be somebody's slaves, you know what I mean? Like that's what it said in the Bible. So it's just unfortunate.
Initially, when he made that statement, when you were reading that, I thought, is he misusing the word Jewish? And like, I don't know. When I was a kid, I heard a lot of people saying like, Jewish and stingy are the same thing.
Yeah.
So it was like, why are you being Jewish? But really, it's stingy. And I thought in my head, I was like, is he misusing this word? But then when he started going into it, I was just like, whoa,
Yeah.
you know. And that's strongly how he feels about that. And I don't think that, because now since you dove deeper into it, I fully understand it. So I'm gonna retract some of the things that I was gonna say, but I still don't think that you can hate someone, or I'm not fucking with you guys anymore type shit on somebody, based on religion at that point, because there's probably a lot of Jewish people out there that are not successful.
Yeah, no,
you know?
absolutely. And you know what's crazy too is like Kanye's thing is that these brands like Gap and Adidas used him. That's what his issue
Oh, they
is.
used him. How they use him?
He feels like, not necessarily with compensation, but that some of his products they would push to the floor without his approval. For Adidas, they literally copied what the Yeezy shoes were and made a cheaper version to sell. And these are effed up things that companies do, but they're in their right to do it because you signed over your rights to them.
Yeah, but why? Why does he care? First of all, because he's a billionaire.
He cares. He cares because he
I understand
feels
that's his art.
creatively.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand that he's upset creatively, but people are going to rip off your stuff forever.
Yeah.
Like, people are making money, not even doing their own thing. People are making money off of YouTube, off of TikTok, off of anywhere where you can monetize your stuff, off of other people's stuff. They're literally taking clips of other people's stuff and they're posting it up, and they have hundreds, maybe not millions, but they have 2, 3, 4, 500,000 followers or subscribers.
Yeah, but
so what I'm saying is that everything is going to be like, no matter what, your stuff's going to be ripped off.
Right.
I understand, like, now at this point, he signed like a contract with the Yeezy situation with Adidas,
that's
and
what the
they
issue
own
is,
the
yeah.
rights of that at that point, and no matter where he goes, they can still use that or make another version of it.
Right.
But did they name it Yeezys?
No, they named it something else, I think.
Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I just feel like to him, because the money is there, it's like creatively is more important.
So,
his creation is more important.
Do you think that he's going to freak out as well? So like, let's say somebody dubbed his song. Let's say somebody took his song, right, and they did a remake of it, like
I think
a tribute.
I think he would be upset because he signed to Jay-Z. If he did a song and then Jay-Z took that and just did it all over.
Yeah, but that wouldn't happen.
But no, that's exactly.
Oh, you're saying it never even made it out, and then Jay-Z just took it and did it all over?
That's what Adidas is doing to him. That's what he's saying Adidas is doing to him. That's what he's saying Gap is doing to him.
Yeah.
So in that case, that's why he's so upset, which it makes sense. But it just comes back full circle to one of the most viral Kanye clips of all time. When he's yelling at, was it Sway? I think it was Sway. I forgot who. No, I think it was Sway.
Listen, Sway.
Yeah. You ain't got the answers, Sway. You ain't got the answers. It goes back because what he was ranting in that post was about how these places like Gap and Adidas wouldn't take him on to be their creative, like, head to be creative with them and whatever.
Right.
I think it was Louis Vuitton he was talking about specifically. He was like, these companies don't want to have like conversations with me, but yeah, I'm driving their stocks up. You know what I mean? He was like, and you ain't got the answers. Like, these people are established. And so Sway was saying to him like, yo, why don't you just like do your own thing, build it from scratch. You're
Right.
Kanye. Your brand is gonna sell because you are Kanye.
Yeah, you're selling.
And he was like, "Nah, you ain't got the answers. That's still not Louis Vuitton." Blah, 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 blah. And so now it comes back full circle because now you're almost entitled to these motherfuckers because you signed a deal. You signed with them. So now you're looking there and you're blue because you don't have the full creative range that you want. You're mad because they're using your designs. You're mad because they get to screw you over and they can get away with it.
Yeah, but you made that decision knowing damn well that you could just do it
Absolutely.
yourself.
Yep, and that it just goes back.
But did he hit $1 billion before? Did he hit $1 billion before?
The Adidas deal? No.
Yeah. So
No.
so then at that point, then
That's what honestly, from reports, the man was going bankrupt
Oh, before Adidas.
before the Adidas deal.
Holy shit.
Like there was a point in time where they were saying like he was financially effed up, and then apparently
crazy is that?
Kim did.
Well, Kim
remember
held
that-
him on for a while.
Well, no, but remember when Kim came out with that mobile app game? Kim Kardashian came out with some mobile app game.
Okay.
And it
Flappy
did
Bird?
really funny. It did really, 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 really well. It really went. It did really well.
Oh,
and so,
Doodle Jump.
But anyway, no, it did well, and so part of that is like she got him back
Yeah.
in the black. You know what I mean? And then from there he
In
was
the
able
green.
to like he did the Adidas deal, and he came out with some more successful music. But yeah, he apparently he was struggling. So
See, but that shows you, because he's a billionaire right now,
yeah,
that all the decisions you make are crucial.
absolutely.
Repercussions, good or bad, are crucial to learn or to gain success from.
Yeah,
I mean, you never really think about that when you're a kid, though.
nah, never.
At all. I mean, I had such an impulse deficiency.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, and I know that's probably not the proper way of saying it, but bro, like I just could not control myself.
Nah, yeah,
In the sense of like,
it's hard.
if I felt like something was wrong, I always had to say something. If I felt like somebody was doing me wrong, I always had to do something about
Yeah.
it. And it didn't always have to be violent, but it
No.
was just like
was
that was
always
the
like
right
a-
thing to do in my
Yeah.
head. And now stepping back and looking at the bigger picture, and that proves to me wholeheartedly, right there, bro, with Kanye. I didn't even realize that he was going to be declaring bankruptcy. And I'm glad I asked that question before the Adidas deal, because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what one decision in your lifetime can change, and who you know can change it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
just like, to be or not to be.
Yeah,
you know?
no,
it's
it's,
just it's crazy, bro.
it's- According to the Daily Mail, Mike Itkis, who is a current major in the U.S. Army Reserve and a third-party liberal candidate in New York's 12th district, teamed up with Pornhub and released a tape of him having sex to promote his sex-positive agenda, which includes legalizing prostitution. Wow, I might actually like this guy a lot more than I thought. The 13-minute video features Itkis and an adult film star named Nicole Sage. She's great, by the way. Check her out. In the video, Sage confirms that she consents, isn't under the influence of drugs, and also that they've been STD tested twice.
Twice.
2 times. So she's clean. And so he made a statement to City and State. He said, "I'm kind of a nerd who doesn't like to be the center of attention if I can avoid it." This is Mike Itkis, by the way.
Itkis.
"But I thought the issues I'm trying to address are so important. I wanted to have my issues talked about in some way. If I would just talk about it, it wouldn't demonstrate my commitment to this issue. And the fact I actually did it was a huge learning experience, and it actually influenced items on my platform." So if you want to watch this, you can go to your Pornhub and search up Mike Itkis having some sex.
Sexual intercourse.
Yeah, to promote, because he's running for some sort of office.
Bro,
in
he's
New
not
York.
going to get in.
You don't think he's gonna get it?
There's no way he's going to get in. Nobody's ever promoted like that, ever, bro. And if they have, it's before cameras.
Hey, they said Donald Trump wouldn't get in office, and that man did 4 years.
Yeah, bro, but I think that's a little bit different.
Mike Itkis, you wouldn't vote for Mike Itkis?
I'm just trying to understand what's going on through his head. This guy's a general
Yeah.
in our army.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And he's like,
he's a major.
he said, "Yes, sir." Bro, there's no way that this man woke up one morning. Somebody had to have been drilling this in his head.
Yo,
Mike,
that's
Mike,
crazy.
you have to start promoting. You have to start promoting. You got to get on this social media kick. I'm telling you, Mike. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Shut the fuck up. I will get on this social media kick." All right, Mike, let's go through some things right now. What are 2 things that you are really, really good at? Well, I'm pretty good at being on camera. I'm pretty good at naturalizing myself for camera. Well, all right, Mike. Yeah, that's perfect for this. We're trying to do social media now. What's something else? Well, I like to put my dick in things. Well, Mike, we can't just put your dick in anything. We would have to put your dick in something that means something. Well, why don't I just do it the old-fashioned way? Ask her twice if she took an STD test. Ask her twice if she was under the consent of alcohol or drugs. And then give it to her.
Shoot.
That's going to be great.
You know what's funny about that is just that, like, he really teamed up with Pornhub. Not only, he didn't just do an OnlyFans.
What are your ideas on how I should make this porn even better?
Oh, absolutely. They were like, they probably had the official they had the official camera crew. I mean, and they got Miss Sage. I mean, you know, she's a legend.
Dude, you said he's trying to legalize prostitution?
This man is trying to
This man is not getting in.
Yo, hey, I'm voting for Mike Itkis. Yo, if you live in New York, vote for Mike Itkis so I could come through there and, like, you know, indulge in some of the legal prostitution. Partake in some of the legal prostitution. That's crazy. I told you, bro. But
is he going to make it a law that all these women have to be STD checked?
Oh, that has to be part of the law.
And then also part of the law, you have to ask them if they're under consent of drugs or alcohol twice. Not once, but twice.
Bro, they should have, like, oh, wow, they could do like a little agency, bro. Oh, that would be dope.
Oh, man, maybe you should team up with Kanye so they could make the opposite version of a Planned Parenthood.
There we go. What
is that, though?
The opposite version of a Planned Parenthood?
Oh, yeah, we're just selling the sex.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's a sex dungeon.
It's a
You just, like, walk through and stuff. And you just, like, all the women are, like, just kicking it. They got little, they're, like, you can see them through the glass and everything. Like
this is Amsterdam now.
Yeah, it's basically
New York
Amsterdam.
just turned into Amsterdam.
There we go.
You know, I've never been to Amsterdam, and I only know of Amsterdam from Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's accurate. Oh, and Deuce Bigelow.
We're
the American Gigolo.
Well, we should definitely make a trip.
Yeah.
Take a trip.
Definitely. Podcast trip.
You know, my birthday next year. I don't have plans yet. Maybe we're going to be in Amsterdam.
Maybe. I do have one drop before we take off. Next year, everybody has to wait a couple months for it, but it's going to be in May. I'll be dropping a video of a podcast out in Punta Cana.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's go. That's going to be dope.
Yeah.
Oh, and real quick, last thing. I'm disappointed in every rapper this year. Every single one. Except for one, Cardi B. Y'all sat there and let Cardi B get off on Tomorrow 2 and have the best verse of the year, the best verse of her career, and she killed y'all. And, like,
was that the song you sent me?
Yeah.
What was that thing that she said?
I don't want to hang with them if they don't have no penis.
Bro.
That's crazy.
That was insane.
That's sick.
Wait. Say it one more time. Slow it down.
I don't want to hang with them if they don't have no penis. That's
Hello, sir. I would not like to enjoy my time with you if you don't have a penis.
Yo, she was so funny. She said, both you bitches, both of y'all are sweet, so I think y'all should scissor. Yo, she went cool.
With Ice Spice.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, she said
She a munch.
He's a munch, and he gonna eat it like a mango.
Like a mango. That was my favorite line. Yeah, Ice Spice a munch, and she gonna eat it like a mango.
Oh,
she gonna eat. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for taking a stop and checking out A Dose of Reality. Obviously, I am Blake Steele.
I'm Kid ISO.
And we appreciate you liking, subscribing, and checking out the channel. See you all next week. Hope you enjoyed your weekly dose.
Deuces.